I love social media. I'm on every platform just like y'all are. But, what? Oh, we lost my feed. Simmons, you killing me.
What happened? I unplugged it.
Yeah, you unplugged the mic, bro.
My bad.
Simmons over here.
My fault. Technical difficulties. Letting you know we real over here.
Hey, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. You're listening to Season 2, Episode 10 of The Random Report.
Y'all back.
Right.
Back.
We
moved
already.
Shout out to Deer Park.
Deer Park, you know what I'm saying?
Nike. Voyager High School.
Throw us the bag.
You know what I mean?
We
Round Prospects. Ray. The Geo Dizzle.
Big dog right here.
Light blue clouds. You know what I mean? Light blue sky. White clouds.
White clouds? I mean, it could be light blue too, man. Whatever floats your boat. Listen, man, we back. Because we on it this year. 2019, we not playing no games. Ray Mason and Anthony Simmons. If y'all don't know who we are, Google us. We'll pop up on it somewhere. I gotta shuffle into my bag a little bit. What you got to tell the people? I got something that I gotta get off my chest. You know, hold on, let me take a sip of water. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make sure, you know, I ain't parched. Hurry up, you know, anybody come here to see me drink water.
That wasn't a sip either.
Yeah, what's going on? Yo, chill. Alright, listen. Players. I need them to hear me right now. Y'all need to cut the shit with the Instagram questions. I'm gonna say it again. Cut the shit with the Instagram questions. Alright, so like if y'all doing it to like create conversation with the homies, to get girls or boys, you know, we talking to the lady players too. Cool. But when y'all do that stupid ask a question or say what NBA player do I remind you of? Boof, man. Like, yo, you don't remind me of nobody. You ain't like, you not there yet. Like, me and Coach already talked about this in earlier episodes. Stop letting your hype men gas you. These are kids who haven't seen nothing, been nowhere, seen anybody. Like, they haven't seen none of that stuff. Mm-hmm. And y'all are letting these people from the peanut gallery gas y'all. And people telling you shoot like Steph or Clay, and you dribble and shoot like Harden, or you gotta you know, you're a little tall, so they tell you play like KD. Stop it. Cut, yo, that shit trash. Like,
I mean,
jump in, Simmons, because I'm about to curse him out.
I mean, for me, you know what I'm saying, like, it really questions, like, what is love? Like, what is love? Like, what do you love? Like, what do you do this for? Because it's like you almost play the game not for the details or for the love of the game, you know, the wins, the losses, you know what I'm saying, the competition aspect. It's like you're playing it and you're making it I want to say talent show, but I feel like that's the, you know what I'm saying, like the wrong word, but it's just like, it's almost like you playing dress up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like you want, like, you go so hard for a picture or a mixtape, for a comment of somebody. Like, yo, even if you have a mixtape, it doesn't matter if you can't stand in front of that man one-on-one, check rock, and you can't keep him in front of you. It doesn't matter if the competition determines whether you can do those things or not. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're missing. You know, it's just like you need to take the time to really learn the details and learn the game. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, the game has become too social media influenced. You know what I'm saying? And you're confusing exposure, you know what I'm saying, mm-hmm. with nonsense and things that don't really matter. You know what I'm saying? And because when you really look at it, like, the players that you're trying to be like, they're actually getting their games and their highlights put out by social media platforms.
Right.
Like, these people aren't requesting this. These people, like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, these players, like, are earning this.
Right.
Because they're producing, because they're putting up the numbers, because they're dunking on people night after night after night, then overtime or Ball is Life or whoever, Hoops HQ, like whoever is coming and like, yo, this kid's over here killing. So they're coming to see the game. You know what I'm saying? And they're putting that out there like, you can't fake that life, yo.
You can't. And like they doing it for the likes. Y'all doing it for the likes. Them likes ain't gonna get you a high major D1 or a scholarship to play at any level for that matter. Them likes ain't gonna save you when them real dogs come out. Right. And like another again, I get it, right? Like I'm not the old man that's saying, oh, social media is bad for the world. I love social media. I'm on every platform just like y'all are. I've seen kids get blown out by 30. And they barely wipe the sweat off their forehead from the game, and they got a picture up from the game, talking, some caption or some Meek Mill lyric or something like that. Like, first of all, your team got thrashed, and like you at least take a minute to you know what I'm saying, get over the loss. Like you don't even care about the loss, you just care. I got a picture, I'm post it up real quick. Yeah. Like, why are you playing the game, bro? Why you play the game? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's sad, man.
First of all, you got thrashed.
I mean, now a couple of days go by, you over the loss. Okay, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody shoot you a picture, yo. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. But like right after the game, you lost by 30. Millbrook and the boys will smack you by 30, and you got a picture up with a caption trying to be deep. Get out of here, man. Like I don't. All right, man. Like that's it, man. Rant over. Y'all got to do better. I'm gonna hit y'all with the topics for the day, man. Topic number 1. What is movement in a half court? And this is where I'm saying, shimmy to the left, shimmy to the right, look left, look right, toss to my man, Coach Simmons.
3!
He knocks that down. So he gonna teach y'all.
Oh, all right, man. So today, once again, just trying to use our platform, like I always say before I go into my teachers or whatever the case may be, is this is to educate all my players. So one thing that I'm noticing that's really hurting the game is our overall players' lack of understanding of movement, their lack of understanding of spacing, and how that plays into offense. Like nobody wants to talk about the reason why there's a lot of standing. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of times when you go watch a game, I've been guilty of this. Like a lot of people critique.
Wait, guilty as a player or as a coach?
Opinion wise.
Gotcha.
Like I said, like if I'm coming to a game and I'm looking at the game, you know what I'm saying, and I'm critiquing the coach or I'm critiquing the game. Now I am a coach, but when I go to games, sometimes like I say this, you know what I'm saying, sometimes too. So that's what I'm saying. Like in the past, I've been guilty of it. Is when you look, people always say, well, it's the coach. There's no movement in their offense. Mm-hmm. A lot of players are just standing. It's just a lot of standing. Like people say that, but at the same time, a coach can only control but so much.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like you there's not a coach that I know, honestly, that doesn't have a motion offense, even if that's the worst coach in the world. Mm-hmm. There's not a coach that draws up, stand in this spot the entire time. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm now being a coach, you know what I'm saying? Like that's anybody. So, you know what I'm saying? Respect to all the coaches out there. Like, I'm going to have your back on this one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm specifically coming at the people playing. Because we ain't shot a jumper. We ain't made a pass. Like, we ain't did none of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the kids out there playing, there's a lack of understanding. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And the lack of understanding is they don't know how to move on the floor. Right. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what spacing is. So I'm just here to help them. So basically, guys, like, the best way to understand this or explain this is there's a strong side of the floor and there's a weak side of the floor. Mm-hmm. All right? Even when the ball comes down the floor in the secondary break, there's a strong side of the floor and a weak side of the floor. All right? The strong side of the floor is the side of the floor in which the basketball is on.
Break it down. That means that if I have the basketball...
Ray, they got that, man.
I'm just saying,
get Ray, man. I'm getting into my rant. Get Ray, man. Like, yo, I broke it down for y'all,
I'm just making sure, man. Cause
the strong side of the floor is the side of the floor that the basketball is on. If you don't know that, then I'm not talking to you because your ass don't need to be playing. So that's how we fix that. Real talk. Nah, it's 2019. I'm being for real. Y'all, I'm about to give y'all the personality. We about to get this low.
Get him.
We about to get this low.
Get him.
All right. So strong side of the floor is the side of the floor which the ball is on. All right. So there's only two sides. The other side is the weak side.
Weak side.
So when it comes to movement and spacing, this is what you have to understand. You want to create a balance between you and your teammate. Meaning, if I throw him the ball in the post and he's posting on the block, a balance for me is I want to give him enough space to operate on that side of the floor. So I'm going to space out to the 3-point line. But what that does now is that leaves a significant amount of space for the person that's guarding me, a.k.a. the help on the strong side of the floor. So what I'm designing right now, what I'm telling you is I got a person on the wing on the strong side and a person on the block. That's 2 people, my 1 and my 5. All right. My 4 is at the elbow. You know what I'm saying? And then my 3 is in the corner and my 2 is on the wing, on the weak side of the floor, away. So a good offense is you want to create a situation where now those guys can actually move. All right. And there's a significant distance between the help defense and the players on the floor. So now what you do is you put that guy in the predicament, the guy that's saying help, where if they actually help, now you can make a movement to get open. So in that situation, there are several things you can do if you pass the ball to the post. One thing you can move is called a dive. That's in which once you pass it, you cut straight as a straight line, make a basket cut through the middle of the floor. All right. Now what that's going to do is not only it's going to create a layup opportunity for you where you may have an opportunity to be open, but it takes your man away. So now if you're playing with a good post player, then you should dive a lot of times, especially if your post player is working, because now you can pass to him, you take that guy away. Now that post player has to guard him that defender has to guard him one-on-one. That's what we call on high level scale barbecue chicken.
Barbecue.
Barbecue chicken, man. That means it's an easy bucket. Give you a little up and under. I may face you, baby jumper.
Over the hook, over the shoulder hook.
Shout out Michael Badu, my man at UNCG. He retired and hung his sneakers up. But back in the day, boys, you should drop that thing to Badizzle on the block. He opened up, square you up. Elbow jumper. All right. So now let's talk about the weak side of the floor. All right. After that, if I'm the 4, if I'm the 4, one way I can move is now diving to the block. All right, or flash to the block. All right, because now my help could be looking at that post player too. On the weak side, also on the weak side now, if I'm a shooter, this is when I can set a back screen, a down screen. What you're trying to do is occupy the defense that's actually in help. And what I mean by that is you want to run action. So that way they're forced to look at you and not look at the ball. If we stand and you look in one spot, ladies and gentlemen, then the defense never has to move. You can play defense like this, literally. And there's no space. And so now there's no room to operate. The worst thing you can do also on offense to not move, besides standing still, is run directly to the basketball. Unless it's a handoff situation,
God, I hate
the worst thing you can do is run to the ball, because what you're doing is creating a trap. Get balance the floor, get significant space between you and your teammate, and get enough space to where now the defense has to make a decision. Once you have that space, what you need to pay attention to is their eyes. You know what I'm saying? And what they're accustomed to. What's the habit of the defense? Because sometimes, some teams, when the ball goes in the post, they automatically double. So now, if I'm on the weak side of the floor, I can backdoor cut. I can flash to a certain spot. But movement in general is just making sure that you're giving your teammates space to drive, and that you're not crowding areas in which are lanes where you can attack. So you can go screen for a teammate. You know what I'm saying? You can dive to the basket. You can back the door cut. You can space out. You know what I'm saying? Like, start asking me different things, because just standing and playing isolation basketball, now you're limiting your recruitability. All right? Like, now you're showing a coach that you don't know how to play, because now you're limiting skill. You're limiting your skill set. Like, this is how you grow your skill set without the ball. And honestly, this is what 80% of college coaches are looking for.
80. I think like that's a factual number too. Like, again, screening away is a lost art, just like boxing out. Like, you know, we watch a lot of games. I see very little players, you know, just like when it's an action or a flex or something, like just screen away when like somebody catches the ball at the top of the key. Like you said, first thing a lot of players do, run to the ball. Like, what do you like? We don't need you to run to the ball. Like you said, you're bringing the defense. Now it's gonna be a trap. Now it's a turnover. Other team scores 2 points. You look stupid. Just learn how. Like, and if you don't know, I think this is the biggest part, because you alluded to it. You said ask your coach. Your coach will explain to you what is moving without the ball, how to move in a half court set, and then like again, I like to reference you because you be dropping a lot of gems, coach. But last episode, you said it's a thinking man's game. Basketball is very much like a game of chess. Like, you have to think things through. It's very strategic. So if you understand and learn how to move in the half court set, you open the door for so many possibilities to score the basketball and to make yourself a higher level
for your
IQ.
team. Yeah, not only for you but for your team.
Right, exactly.
It turns you into a winner.
That's it right there. I mean,
and all coaches want winners, and this is what I challenge you to do, players. All right, next time your coach is in practice or there's a time, like, I like players that challenge your knowledge as a coach, because ultimately, like, you know, just to put it out there, coaches blow smoke. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I can confidently say this because there's not a player that's ever played for me that can question my basketball knowledge. That's a fact. So,
that's a fact.
Next time it's a situation, you know what I'm saying? Like, ask your coach, like, well, what do you mean by that, coach? Explain it to me. Mm-hmm. Like, put your coach on spot. You know what I'm saying? In practice, like, or in front of the team, because, like, you're already not, you're like, this is what's going to make or break your playing time.
Right.
This is what's going to make or break your attitude as a good teammate. So, of course, don't be disrespectful. You may do this in the office. You may do this before practice. But there needs to be at a dead period of time, you know what I'm saying, if it's not a drill where you can talk, where you ask your coach, like, what does you mean by that? And get him to explain to you the movement. Mm-hmm. And then you'll know from there. Like, you'll know from there. And then if you do it and ain't nothing changed, like, no, you have to advocate for yourself. Right. Like, the issue of it is you don't know movement. You never really and truly ask your coach what is movement. You just listen to him talk. You never ask a question. Right. Then you go out there and do the shit and you mess it up. And then you wonder why he takes you out, or you're not really asking a question, but then you go try to talk to your parents and you're never advocate for yourself. So then the parent and the coach are having a conversation about something that only the coach knows, because the person that you're advocating to wasn't even there. Right. So now you're creating a situation. Like, that's how the triangle always happens. All right? The coach tells the player what to do. 99% of the time, there's not a lot of players that's asking coaches questions or asking them what to do. And then a lot of times, the kids just don't retain the information. All right? Mm-hmm. So then you go home like, Mom, Dad, I'm not playing. Mom and Dad are like, well, you're at practice every day, this and the third. Mom and Dad are always making these move, kids, assuming that you're doing everything you're supposed to do. That's the thing that you don't understand. When you go home and you run and you talk to your mom and your dad, your parent is assuming that you're actually on time, that you're actually stretched out, that you're actually going hard, that you actually know all the plays. Let me ask a few of you fellas. How many of y'all still don't know the plays, but you're mad about your minutes? And I'm keeping a band with me, bro. Keep it a stack. It's 2019, bro. Keep it a stack with me, man. Yo, how many of y'all really don't know your plays, bro? And then you play somebody, and they force you to play. They force you to run this play, and you wonder why we're losing because you don't know it. All right? So then, once again, let's go back to it. Your parent now coming to the coach. Yo, coach, throw your hands up, brother. You ain't even playing what's going on. Where's the responsibility, man? Like, you, next time, ask your coach and see if your coach has that knowledge. All right? So our next topic, Ray, man. We on the road, man.
You smashed that, John. We gotta take.
I mean, I just try to do what I can, man. I'm focused.
I like
man.
that. I like that. All right, next topic is, when coaches say talk, what does that mean?
I'm gonna hit on. All right, so
what does it mean, Coach? What does it mean when you tell us to talk? Talk. What are you talking about?
I know a lot of you kids. I've seen it. I've seen it in gyms, training kids, and so once again, I always do this. Like I said, this comes from my heart because I love basketball and I want to see all kids be successful in something they spending so much time doing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So when a coach says talk, the look in the kids' eyes when they look back at you, when I'm talking lost,
deer in headlights,
the sun. It's like it's Russian. You know what I'm saying? Like, they like, yo, talk. And so, ladies and gentlemen, like, I just want to let you know, like, communication is the key to life. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
That is a fact.
It's the key to life. You know what I'm saying? So, regardless, you just got to learn how to communicate. You know what I'm saying? And this is the frustrating part for me. I don't know about other coaches, but this is the frustrating part for me. Is you won't talk to your teammate in practice, but you will talk to your teammate before and after practice.
In class.
I was going there.
Okay.
This is the one too. This is the one. Then, like, the thing about talking in class is you're not supposed to.
Your ass ain't supposed to be shut the hell up in class.
Nah, you're not supposed to. But peep my counterpoint though, because I'm setting them up.
Okay,
and I was about to drop an F-bomb, but I gotta remember we really on the air. Like, you're not supposed to talk in class, and y'all really not talking. You're chopping it up in class, as the OGs say. Y'all really in class chopping this shit up, right? But this is the crazy part. You're allowed to talk the entire practice while you're playing basketball. Mm-hmm. You're allowed to talk the entire game while you're playing basketball. And don't nobody say shit.
Nothing.
But it's the crazy part. You won't say anything in the game, but you'll be losing by 30. One the dude bump you because he just made a backdoor cut and got an and one. Then you want to talk to him.
Right.
But you want to talk to him about some, yo, throw your hands up. Yo, see my. Whoa. This is beyond me. Like, beyond me. Yo, listen, I just want to meet you one time, bro. So at some point in the next 17 episodes, I'm going to shout out We got to tag him on that joint so I can meet my mans, bro. Okay. You need to come to Raleigh and do a show, bro.
Get on the podcast.
Yo, you need to come to Raleigh, do the podcast, and then go to Charlie Goodnights. I got a yard for you, yo. You funny. But, yo, like, so let's get to the communication thing. All right, fellas. So the thing about the communication part is you're making it harder than what it is. All right? It's just about details, okay? So what I mean by this, so when I tell my players, so right now, if you play for Voyager Academy and you're listening, all right, Holden, Jonas, possibly, you know what I'm saying, like passes around, you know what I'm saying? But when I say talk, like on the basketball court, I'm going to give you a scenario in offense, I'm going to give you a scenario in defense, all right? So I'm going to start out with offense first. The conversation should be about what you're actually doing, right? So say, for instance, it's Voyager versus, I got to give a team we don't play this, Southeast Raleigh. I'm just saying Southeast Raleigh because we graduated it. When we're actually across the court on offense, before I call a play, we should be looking while we're passing the ball around and dribbling and trying to find a mismatch. Mm-hmm. And once we find a mismatch, whether that's in the post to Holden to Jonas, whether that's on the wing to Dwayne and Brazil, then by that advantage, we should make a play call. Mm-hmm. So the thing I try to tell my players all the time, and now I'm going to tell the world, is basketball is a game that's meant to be played as you're talking while you're doing it.
Right.
So I'm going to give you an example. If I'm floating down court, I'm saying, hey, Wayne, get to the wing. All right, Jonas, post, hold it, go through. Get to the high post. All right, and then I'm going to pass the ball around to my other guard. Then I'm saying, come back. Let's go box one. All right, so now when I'm saying let's go box one, I'm dribbling, I'm talking. So now if I'm dribbling and I'm the point guard and I see that one of my players has forgotten to play or he's jammed up on the screen, at this point I want to call his name because I know he knows the play and I want to tell him, yo, Wayne, go set that cross screen, right? Because now this is what happens. In basketball, especially high level basketball, the defense is already going to know the play.
Right.
That's the beautiful part about the game, and that's why you pop shit in basketball. Because they already know what you're going to do, but they just can't stop the shit. That's the most beautiful thing. That's why Steph Curry is shimmying. Everybody in the gym before the game know he's shooting threes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know it. You know when he coming down court, he's shooting threes. Yeah. And you still can't stop that shit. Woo! Bang! Take that. All right, back to my conversation. 2019, so I'm rolling. I can multitask, so I got the rock back in my hand. Yo, Wayne, set that cross screen. So now what that does is it puts the defense in the situation. When I tell them that you're going to set the cross screen, Wayne, both the guy that's guarding you and the defender that's guarding Jonas are going to look at each other. Right. That right there may cause a slip and get me to roll to the basket. But now you set your cut up, and the screen is literally you standing there blocking, so you may get open if you set it up off that. Then now I got my other guard, you know what I'm saying, coming off the double. So what I'm saying by talking is you're talking about the action that's taking place. You're talking about where the defense is, who can't guard who should have the ball that possession. You're telling your teammate when you pass it to them, yo, shoot that, yo, drive that. You're telling them what to do. What you're doing is that this shit is a group project. For 32 minutes in high school, 40 minutes in college, and 48 minutes in the NBA. While you're playing, you're supposed to be talking the entire time. That's why when you say you mic'd up in the NBA, they're having a conversation to the entire game. They run a play, you'll see Rondo run a play, JaVale drop the dime, JaVale McGee get fouled. Rondo going to the free throw line, he's still talking to him. Right. Telling him, yo, you could have did this, we could have got a dunk, make these 2 free throws down, boom. Now he in the middle of the floor, he's setting up his defense. Fellas, ladies, gentlemen, there's no break. All right, there's no break. You have to be locked in and talking the entire time. All right, switch it back. Now it's on the defensive end. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now defensively you have a scouting report. If you have a coach, all right, every coach is going to tell you, hey, number 5, he can't touch the ball. Number 3, he's only a shooter. Number 1, he's only a driver. Right. So when you're on defense, once again, it should be about what's going on. All right. So if I got the shooter and he's dribbling the ball up the court, what I should be letting my defense know is, yo, I got shooter. I can't help if he passed the ball, so you got to hold me down. So as soon as he pass it, everybody on the floor know, hey, yo, I got the shooter and I can't help, and he ain't touching this shit ever again because I got this shit on lock.
Right.
That's what they know. All right. Now everybody else is focused on the other floor. So now they playing 4-on-4 because this brother right here ain't touching that shit. That's talking shit on defense. That's talking that talk. Now he gonna get pissed and try to get the ball. Now if you stay in front of him and he push you off, offensive foul. Yeah, clap it up. All right, now we talking on the backside. So now if it's a driver and the driver has the ball, one person, I got driver, the whole defense now should be shifting and sagging. Mm-hmm. Like it's a group project. So now they pass the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I got shooter again. Like, you're supposed to be talking about what they're doing at that moment. If they just pass the ball at the top, ball at the top. If a screen just happened down low, it should be baseline screen, man coming. You're talking about what's going on. Because think about it. You're trying to stop something. Stop means prevent. Prevent means not happen. Mm-hmm. This shit is urgent. So what that means is you're trying to stop every movement. And guess what? Even if you slow them up, that's your advantage. If you make them take a longer time to get to that person, that's your advantage. Mm-hmm. Like, that's playing defense. It's a system. So offense and defense, y'all supposed to be talking about your play, talking about what you're doing, encouraging while you're doing it. Because guess what? You can't make no trades. It's the NBA. I mean, it's not the NBA, so you can't make any trades. So the strength of the team is you riding with who you have in these situations. I ain't got no mic because it's up here.
Boom. Listen, so one, I think Coach is checking the integrity of my table because he be banging the hell out of this thing. Boy.
My fault. We about to get a loaf, so I just buy another.
Just one, make sure my table live.
I just cop another.
But like, yeah, like talking, man. Like I tell a lot of players this. You know, I've told your players this. Like a lot of times, talking isn't part of who people are. Right?
Let me put my hood on because I murdered the mic.
You did. You did. Like
so,
they're introverted. So the only thing I got to follow up on that because he did kill that is if you call yourself an introvert and you are shy and you don't like, understand that basketball is a game where you can be anything you want to be. You know
that's why
I mean?
I loved it being a midget.
Yeah, you could. So when you step between those lines, turn into the extrovert and use your imagination. You know what I mean? That's what all the greats do. Use your imagination. Be who you know you should be on that floor. So if you're quiet as a mouse and you don't like to talk, when you get on the court, you you only got to do it for 32 minutes. Now. And if you think you're going to play high-level basketball and not talk, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, you play that. You play a high-level basketball. I'm going to tell you what high-level basketball you playing and not talk. Hall of Fame 2K19. Now, you hold that.
Hold that.
Straight up.
On the sticks. But yeah, that's the only thing I wanted to add. I don't want to taint that too much because you definitely did your thing, Coach. I don't got any spotlights this week.
I got a spotlight. Shout out to Carolina, man. We slapped Pittsburgh yesterday. Straight up, boy. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? ACC season. We clapped y'all boys. So we shouting out Roy, Kobe, all my homies over there in Carolina. Huffman, everybody. We shout them out. Hey, yo, Pittsburgh. Better luck next time. Also, shout out to Duke, man. They got the dub on Clemson. You hear the hate in my voice.
You went from here.
Hey, yo, dang. Y'all boys stink, man.
Yo.
Hey, next time, put this part on when we talk about the new episode. Put me shouting out Carolina Duke. Hey, yo, dang. Y'all boys stink, man. You're both Zion. Straight up.
Yo, that 360 is crazy. They played it like 47,000 times on ESPN, so I'm about tired of it now. But
can I drop one more gem since you brought that up?
Go ahead.
I just want to get that straight. All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to let you know how I think. So, once again, that cocky talk about my basketball mind and the details I want to break you down. All right, so I'm going to leave you with this, and I'm out. So, I've been seeing the Zion play a lot. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's gassing the 360. You know what I'm saying? To keep it a band, that was normal for him. So the simple fact that people are gassing that 360, y'all lame as hell. But it was no defense, and we've seen him slam over humans. So that joint was a 5. All right, but the most impressive part, and the part I want you to understand, I'm talking to every player out here that wants to be a great defender right now. All right, go back and look at the clip. What you're going to see is, this is how you trap. All right, so what you got to understand is this scenario happens all the time, especially in high school basketball. All right, the point guard's job is to turn him once the ball goes up the floor. So the point guard was doing a good job turning. Who was that? Trey Jones guarding him? Yeah, I don't know who it was. So if it was Trey Jones, he was doing a good job turning Clemson's PG. All right, so at this point, the post from Clemson was running on a rim. He was making a rim run, but he was just running down his line on the floor. Because probably after they crossed half court, he was going to run to a spot in secondary and probably either set a screen or dive to the basket. But what you see of it was Trey was doing such a good job of turning him that the point guard lost vision. Mm-hmm. And the rim runner just ran up court not paying attention. So when he ran up court going through, Zion noticed because he's looking and he's aware of where his man is and the location of his man in the ball. So Zion knew that, hey, I can stay back here and I can lurk because my man is taking his time up the court. So I'm athletic enough to cheat because he can't make this pass over me to throw to this man. That's number one. Then number two, the beautiful part about it was, and I tell kids this all the time, once Trey turned him and that kid went to a spin and he turned his back to the help, that's the automatic time that you can get away with cheating in basketball on the spin move. Because on a spin move, the person is turning their back to you. So when they turn back, they're going to see you right there. And that's a travel, a jump ball, or a steal all the time if you play it right. So because Zion was aware, he saw that he turned him and he stole it out of the spin move, which then led to the dunk. So the dunk didn't matter if you don't know this, if you don't know how to read the defense and how to help and how to pressure the basketball without guarding the ball. That's what that was. Mm-hmm. So once again, we just want to let you know at the Rammy, we dropping real gems, B. So if you haven't subscribed, you're whack.
Stop playing yourself.
You know
Fix your face.
Like, you need to.
Because
all we're trying to do
click the button.
Is help your ashy little hoop game. Trying to put some lotion on it, man. We out.
We out. You low-key was hating on Zion 360, though. I just want to put that. If somebody from Carolina did that, you'd have been real. Nah, you front, yo. Bro, we out. Hey, what's going on? Thanks for checking us out, man. This is one half of the Ram Report. Ray Masonette, just wanted to give y'all a quick reminder. Make sure y'all hit us up on social media. We on Instagram, we on Twitter. But also, make sure y'all give us that 5-star rating, man. We would really appreciate that. Drop a comment. Let us know what you're thinking. Again, we do it for y'all, so we definitely want to make sure that interaction piece is there. So go ahead and drop that comment, rate, give us that 5-star rating. We out.